Nestled in the heart of the Rocky Mountains of Colorado is the Dillon Ranger District, a portion of the White River National Forest and one of the most beautiful and visited pieces of public land in the United States. Located in Summit County, Colorado, the Dillon Ranger District encompasses over 500 miles of trail, 2 wilderness areas, and 62 peaks at an elevation of over 13,000 feet, all while playing host to the most visitors of any of America's public lands.
I believe that we serve the purpose of creating opportunities for people to give back to their public lands, to give back to the National Forest through project work, through engagement with other programs, events. And so that's the community element of it, is being able to bring people into our organization who have an interest, who have an investment in this beautiful place that we are lucky enough to be able to call home.
Friends of the Dillon Ranger District is a group of citizen stewards dedicated to protecting and maintaining the pristine natural lands that the residents of Summit County, Colorado call home for generations to come.
I can't imagine Summit County without the difference that this organization has made. I've seen changes in the 16 years I've been here through FDRD of the growth and improvement, and it's amazing.
FDRD is important in Summit County because this community wants to give back, and they want to be a part of something bigger than them, and they want to give back to the trails they love to recreate on. And so we give them an avenue to participate and be beneficial to the Forest Service. So you get the volunteers out that live here and love using the trails, so they get to learn about trail maintenance and what goes into it, and that gets everyone a bit greater appreciation for the trails in Summit County. And I love when that happens because more people learn about what goes into trail work and they pass it along into their friends, so they have more respect for the trails and they want to kind of pass that word along to keep them as nice as possible.
Summit County, Colorado and the Dillon Ranger District is part of the most visited national forest in the country, tallying more visitors than the Grand Canyon, Yellowstone, and Yosemite combined. With all those visitors, a toll is taken upon our beautiful public lands. The need for stewardship and care for these lands is immense, and Friends of the Dillon Ranger District is leading the way through citizen steward volunteers, trail projects, and outdoor education.
Friends of the Dillon Ranger District is super important as an organization in Summit County because we offer free education, free programming for everyone, so it doesn't cost them any money to come out with us, and they can get educated in any topic related to the outdoors. As well as if they want to get involved and give back to their community. I find that Summit County is a very community-based place. So I like that we offer free community involvement as well. So they can come out, give back to the trails. Most of us use the trails out here. So I love that we can get outside, give back to the trails, and get our hands dirty a bit.
Throughout the year, Friends of the Dillon Ranger District prioritizes education for both youth and adults, expanding the knowledge base of our community to further the commitment of caring for our public lands.
So I think education is just so important in all wilderness areas and all public lands because unless we teach people the trace principles, people may not be aware. We get a lot of out-of-town visitors and people who just may not have the same kind of opportunities where they're from and may not understand the fragile nature of our lands. And I think, therefore, it's really important to keep those education opportunities moving forward.
The importance of education cannot be overstated. It is incredibly important for community members and visitors to Summit County to realize how fragile our environment is and how much of an impact humans can have on their surroundings. This is why we are so invested in responsibly and sustainably using our natural resources.
The relationship between the U.S. Forest Service and the Friends of Dillon Ranger District is really pretty special. It's unique in the sense that there's not a lot of places across the country that have a dedicated Friends group to really assist and help steward our amazing public lands. Friends of Dillon Ranger District and the U.S. Forest Service for years now, I'm working hand in hand really to engage with the public and the resources to ensure that our mission, the Forest Service mission of steward these lands for future generations can be met. FDRD really helps us, everything from trails work to conservation education with youth and adults to even doing forest health projects.
The backbone of Friends of the Dillon Ranger District is the conservation efforts that are so important to maintaining and improving our public lands. They rely on volunteers for manpower and to provide a way for the community to give back to our national forest. FDRD was founded with the intent to support the Forest Service in their mission to steward the public lands. Since their conception, FDRD and their volunteers have been heavily involved in maintaining and improving trails throughout the Dillon Ranger District.
It's an environmentally based organization, but it's also a community-based organization. We engage with numerous different entities, dozens of partners, hundreds of volunteers, supporters of many different kinds to support the Dillon Ranger District, to support the Forest Service here that comprises 80% of the land in Summit County.
I think that the Friends of the Dillon Ranger District really plays an integral part in bringing the forest to everybody that lives here. Most of us are here because we really want to be here. We want to skate, or we want to hike or bike, or so many of us are outdoors people. And the Friends of the Dillon Ranger District is all about the outdoors. And so it allows us a forum to do what we love to do. I think people see FDRD as the organization that's representing the forest in Summit County.
FDRD operates through all seasons in Summit County. From our beautiful mild summers to our snowy winters, there's always something happening. From trail projects and nature hikes in the summer, to skiing with the ranger and exploring our natural world on snowshoes in the winter, each season is unique and we adapt accordingly. If you live in Summit or just care about preserving one of our greatest natural resources, consider getting involved with FDRD and giving back to the public lands in Summit County. You can volunteer in so many different ways, and if you're a local expert or enthusiast, you could even lead some of these educational tours. It takes all of us to care for our public lands. We'll see you on the trails.